I don't know if you can even hear me or not. I'm really hoping that you can. I'm realizing now that when I do more and more of everything, it really comes down to I can't have it perfect because no matter what happens, it just can't be perfect. Now, look at this, perfect. I'm going to even move that. But again, it's one of those things where you just need to figure things out. Let me see here. Because it's one of those things. I've been doing this channel since March. If you just pay attention, and when you start something, you want to do the best you possibly can. You want to do everything you possibly to make it absolutely phenomenal and everything else. Realizing now you just can't do it. And the more and more you think about it, the more and more you wait, and more you say, hey, no, hey, you stress. And it's just coming to the point where no one cares. Just put it out there. Just go with it. This whole thing is a discussion to talk about topics that is interesting to my audience, that are people that are watching. So you know what? It doesn't matter how much I prepare, because this can go completely off the rails, and we're just going to have fun with it, and it won't even matter. And that's the important thing, is we just have fun with the whole aspect of it. So if you're just checking for the first time, my name is Brian Walker. I'm loving it. And Truth Between Lines, basically we talk a little bit of politics, but we'll talk movies, cinema, we'll talk about whatever you want to talk about, and it's just a matter of figuring out what the best thing we can do to move this country forward. And we do a lot of national politics. I don't talk a whole lot about international, although we can. That's not my expertise, so don't look for expert advice on that one. But it is what it is. So let me get my notes out here, because I had a few things that I'm a little bit far behind, and I just wanted to do that. So, but again, hey, you know what? It's fine. Put my screen down here. Sorry, I put my back to you. Let's have some fun with that. A little razzle dazzle, if I can remember even how to do this. I think it's this one. And what I want to do, I'll put up my pinball machine. How about that? You like my pinball machine? Isn't that cool? That's like my pinball comments on there. But got that. Got my little cup of brown liquor. And we are ready to rock whatever that looks like. Still gotta make some room. Still can't. If you're following me at home, you'll see some live stuff coming up. I apologize because I can't figure out OBS. I have people trying to tell me how to use it. I have gone to to YouTube to try and figure out, to follow people to show me how to use QBS. And I'm so frustrated with it. I just can't get to that point where I'm just like, I'm done. I can't figure it out for anything. And I feel like an idiot, let's put it that way. But at the same time, back to my original point of, you just need to do something if you really want to do it, and practice makes perfect. But at the same time, we'll get there when we get there, because it doesn't matter how far you go as long as you continue moving forward. But hey, I found out today, big thing. Hey, thanks guys. Thanks for coming to the chat. Karina Dwyer and Daisy Garza. Appreciate you guys jumping on here for the first time. I don't think I've seen your names before. But big old news, we hit 2,000 watch hours, which, again, it's not a big deal. Some people do that with one video. I'm excited because, hey, back to my original point, I really wanted to try hard to make it perfect, and it's just not. And no matter how big it goes, that's where we're at. But Daisy, Karina, if you guys want to talk about something, let me know. I got a new little deck here for my tripod. I can pick this up. Friend that didn't want it, so I got it. I'm gonna open it up here and figure this whole thing out. But as we're all kind of coming in and talking and everything else, but I got some reports here too. I don't know if you guys have been following that church. That church, was it Cities Church, St. Paul, Minnesota? If you guys even want to talk about that, the news pretty much ran through that, and they're still talking about it. They're talking about the people that are getting arrested right now for it. So if that's the topic of interest, let me know about that one. We got, that's the same thing. The expansion of power in Virginia. If you guys I want to know if anybody here is from Virginia. I want you to check in. Because if you need to understand what's happening in Virginia right now, the Democrats have completely taken over, and they've gone in there, and I did a quick short today, and it was pretty cryptic, I guess, but what they're doing is they're just saying it's okay if nonprofits go out there and don't have to report exactly what they're doing. They can do whatever they want to with no public scrutiny. And I can think it's completely wrong overall. I don't know how in a world full of Minneapolis, Minnesotas, and Leering centers that's actually a thing, because there's no way. There's no way fraud is not going to be done. And now it's going to make it illegal to actually even contact that. So if it even goes through, if that even passes through the House, it's in the state House right now. If that even goes further with it, all heck's going to break out with that one. But all right, and I'm just open this as I go along. That is super cool. Look at that. My little tripod thing here. All right, but anyway, let me know what you think about that, guys. Curious, I'm just curious. If you've been following that at all, please do. I know that I did another short too earlier about some other subject that was going on with Virginia in particular. And I just think it's important. I don't think people know this. I mean, heck, it's the 22nd of January, and this stuff is already going through. These Democrats have already been in office for just 22 days, for live anyway, and it's just it's ridiculous. So if you're not a small business owned by a woman or a minority, you can't get any government contracts under $100,000. Because that is legally. That's illegally what they're saying right now. So if you can't get any government, you shouldn't even sign up for them, because you're going to be barred if you're not a minority-owned or woman-owned business in the state of Virginia. If you don't know what I'm talking about, check out the short that I did yesterday. Surprisingly, for whatever reason, it's only got 33 views, which is weird because I'm usually about 500 pretty quick. I think I put it on too late in the day. I think it just messed up. Aiden, how you doing? What's my favorite food? I'm going to have to say spaghetti. That's my favorite. So I'm going to go with that, Aiden. You let me know what yours is. Totally getting away from politics, but you know what? As I said earlier, this is a live, and I just enjoy talking about whatever you guys want to talk about. And probably in a little bit too, we'll start seeing a bunch of people coming in from around the world, because a lot of people check in, and it's they're probably right about now. It's probably about 4 or 5 a.m. And I get a lot of guys that are come on their breaks, or they come in getting on their way to work or getting off work, and they check in. So it's pretty funny how we have a conversation. Aiden, you got no school. All right, now I'm afraid to ask you how old you are, Aiden, but that's cool. See, no school. Well, tomorrow's Saturday. No, tomorrow's Friday. Wait. Why do you not have school tomorrow, Aiden? I feel like I'm not sure who I'm talking about, but hey, let me get a hat on too, by the way. All right, put my hat on. I was wearing a hat all day, and I took it off earlier, and I figured, hey, we'll do that. Aiden, are you in Minnesota, I'm guessing? What happened, Aiden? Where are you? Don't tell me like exactly where you're at, because I don't want to know that. Just tell me like what area are you in and why did it get canceled? Are you seeing people walking out because of protests for ICE? That's what I'm somewhat hoping, but not really at the same time, which sounds weird, but that's what I'm doing. So tell me, Aiden, what's going on, buddy? What's happening? Stuart Gorham. Oh, it's good to hear you. Good to see you on here. I just turned 9, sir. Yeah, please don't curse at me. No, I will try not to curse at you, Stuart. Stuart and I go way back a couple weeks now, man. Thanks for jumping on. Are you like on here like all the time? I mean, whenever I jump on, and I'm like forcing myself sometimes to go live, because I'm like, I have to get on there just to get something in the books and figure it out. And so Stuart, you always show up. So Aiden says it got burned. Man, all right, dang. I hope you're okay. I hope nobody got like seriously hurt in that whole situation. That's kind of awful. But anyway, just let me know what state you're in. How about that? We'll talk about that. But Stuart, give me a topic. You want to talk about something? Anything happening? I mentioned the church thing over in the city's church in St. Paul. If you've been following that thing was just all hectic. I was thinking about doing a report on it, Stuart, but man, there's so many people that did that I mean, it's all over the airwaves. Everybody's getting arrested and all the things. I don't know if I even want to bother with it, because I just don't know if it'll do anything. I don't know. That's my thought on that one. But let me know what you think on that one, Stuart. Planning to move to Virginia. Good. All right, Stuart, did you see my 2 shorts on Virginia and what's happening there? And again, I don't know anything about you, so it's like I don't know what race you are or how old you are, but if you're watching and you've been here for a while, you know my stance on a lot of stuff. But if you're following that, yeah, okay, exactly, yeah, yeah. What? How are they getting away with that? I mean, number one, the racial thing with state government contracts under 100 grand, and then the other thing I was just doing is the nonprofits. So what is that? What is that all about, Stuart? Put it in the chat. Let me know what you think about that. I don't. I just can't fathom living in the state of Virginia and having that that whole thing on me. That's crazy to me. Aiden, no, I don't play games. I used to, but they just got too complicated for me. Honestly, I don't have that amount of time to play. I was big in Assassin's Creed for a while. I think I played the majority of those. They probably came out with one or two after that, but that was about my gist of the whole thing. But no, other than the other stuff, I didn't. Can I be your moderator? No, because number one, I don't even know what the heck that would actually entail doing. Number two, I don't know if I need one. So we'll see what happens, how this goes on here. But anyways, Stuart knows I needed a couple moderators a few times, but it's been pretty chill lately. Actually, a lot of good people coming on this thing, and it hasn't been a problem. But to have that overall. So hopefully, Aiden, you're not going to be a problem. All right, Stuart, I think there's going to be some buyer's remorse in Virginia. Yeah, I agree with that one. Because, I mean, it's one of those, the democratic socialists of America. And, you look at socialism and it's like, no, that's just communism, just with a different name. That's all it is. But yeah, if you could imagine, and thanks, Aiden, that's cool. All right, but you imagine all those people that work in Washington, D.C., and they live in Virginia, because it's cheaper to live in Virginia than it is Washington, D.C. So they cross over, they do all that stuff. Man, I'm telling you, and Virginia is an extremely diverse state. I mean, as far as size go, from agriculture all the way down to cities and things, it's going to be crazy how that kind of plays out. And hey, Stuart, you find Nick Freitas, you ever do it? Freitas. He's a state guy. He's in the state government. I forget exactly what position or whatever he has, but I follow him. He does a lot of the coffee bugs. He's kind of sarcastic. I think he's hilarious, and I follow him. But so he's in there. I'm trying to figure that out. He hasn't posted anything that I saw recently, but again, I haven't looked at it either, so I don't know. And I want to make sure to play time for him. But if he's in that, if anything to do with all that stuff, I think it's crazy that he is part of it. He's not doing it, but he's part of the state government that is doing it. And that's kind of my point. I want to know how he fights back. I should probably look at him and follow up a little more. I also got a new ring light too. Check that out. So that's kind of nice. What's not cool, Aiden? You don't like my ring light? What? Call of Duty, yeah. My son and I used to play Call of Duty a lot, but at the same time, he would absolutely, he'd have the best guns, the best weapons, the best armor and everything else, and he'd annihilate me in the first 3 seconds. So I got really, really upset. Yeah, I got really upset real quick, and kind of just the fact that I couldn't do anything against him at all, and it was annoying because he just laughed his butt off, and then it was like, dude, it's not cool. Like, you just killed me like that. But I don't know. He got a little older. He got a little wiser. He still kicks my butt, though. I'll tell you that. But Call of Duty again, is just one of those things. It's just, you got to learn, you got to play, and you got to do it for hours upon hours to get any semi-resemblance of anybody good. And that's just not me. I just don't have time to do it. So, hopefully that helps. Wow, that's interesting. All right, don't make me block you there, buddy. So that's not cool. Anyway, yeah, you guys got any topics you want to talk about? I'm just opening some of my new equipment that I got. I'm kind of excited about it, so I wanted to have it done. You got the rain tomorrow. You told me you're off school tomorrow, Aiden. So, anyway, I got a new ring light. I'm excited about it. We'll see how it plays out. I don't know, I gotta figure this out. All right, I'll do it later. Anyway, excited about new equipment. Let's put it that way. Still making adjustments to this channel. Still trying to figure out what exactly needs to happen and needs to be done. I've been trying to work OBS, trying to get that system and that platform working. I went on there. I did a little bit of it, and it did not go so well as I wanted it to. Let's just put it that way. And I got really frustrated that I spent a whole bunch of money on. What do you mean, Aiden? Well, please? Is that what that means? But I got the OBS, and then I tried to get onto Restream. And so we're trying to figure out, we're probably going to be more interviews going forward, have a lot more people coming on. I tried to travel a lot of the country, and I met with a bunch of people overall, and which was nice. But again, I can only go so far and spend so much time doing that. But that was kind of the whole thing. So what, Alicia Unknown, welcome to the chat. Thanks for coming on here. Appreciate it. But anyway, let me know what topic you guys want to talk about. I went through a few things probably too fast I needed to, but I did want to at least jump on here tonight to say hi to everybody, see what was check in. We got a big show coming up on Sunday between about 6:30 or 7, depending on what exact time I get on. That's my typical show overall, and that's the one that I really spend some time on doing, and I hope you guys can join me on that one. But again, with just so much going on in the country right now, if you guys are interested in Greenland too, let's talk about that. I did a video not too long ago about strategic bases, and that one had that. And I don't know if you guys are even aware, but the country of Qatar has a agreement to work and train in Idaho with American soldiers. And that was one of those things where a lot of people are going back and forth on that, saying, hey, not a cool idea. Found out that Singapore's got some pilots too that are learning how to fly the F-15s. And so when did it become okay to have non-American forces on American soil, learning from Americans and doing the whole thing? I mean, I get it, alliances, but this is all kind of new. And the problem, the overall, thanks, Aiden. I'm glad you like my hat. The problem overall is just a matter of I'm not really comfortable having bases, or not even they're saying they're not bases, of course, but even any agreement on American soil. I think Greenland will be a fantastic training facility to have it up there, especially in the Arctic, where you could fly those planes any which way you want to and not hit anything in case they were to crash, especially with all the helicopters we've had running into commercial liners. We had that one that happened in Maryland. But not cool, not overall cool to have that happening around the world. But just curious what you guys think about that. Let me know. Put it in the chat. If you haven't watched the video I did, Strategic Bases, I put it out 5 days ago. That was a big one. And then another one I did too, but online safety, privacy overreach. That was kind of what's happening in the United Kingdom. If you guys aren't following that, people are literally getting arrested for social media speech. And I wonder at some point, if I were to be in the UK, if I were to be living there, at what point could I have a knock on the door and get arrested for my free speech? Which, if you don't know, in UK, they just don't have that. And that's what I'm wondering about, what's happening around the world. And a lot of people are saying England is lost because of the immigration coming in, but also from their rights being eroded. Tend to agree on that one. And I have no plans to travel there, but at the same time, it's one of those, I want to maybe see it before the downfall. But I am going to Taiwan. If you guys follow on that too, all what's happening with China impeding on Taiwan and moving forward, that's going to be an interesting thing too. I just don't know. Anyway, Aiden, why is Friday your favorite? Let me know about that. But hopefully we'll get a few more people jumping in here. I'm looking, I got a few other my channels are not my channel, but a few people I follow are on here as well. That's cool. Nice. Pick up. I don't know what you pick up. I gotta get McDonald's. I'm not sure exactly what language that is, but hey, all right. Enjoy McDonald's, Aiden. Good talking to you. Thanks for coming on. Hopefully you enjoy school. Not having school tomorrow. I'm gonna do that, but. All right, so anyway, we're hitting 20 minutes. You guys, if you're here for the first time, I appreciate it. Hit the like and subscribe button. It helps the channel out a lot. We're trying to get things going. Been pretty happy with the results so far. Again, for the effort and the amount of people that we've been talking to, it has been a pretty decent ride so far. So again, a little bit more, that'd be great. What's my dream car? Oh my goodness. You know what? No, I'm still a truck guy, and I still love my trucks. Got a Ford F-150 right now. I do like the GMC, the Rams, and everything else. All right, hey, is it Two Mafi, I'm not sure if I'm saying it right. Are you friends with Jesus? Well, I don't know if I guess everybody's friends, but at the same time, yeah, I follow Jesus. So yeah, we can talk religion if you want to. I'm not a big talker about religion, although I do have my own things that I do. What is this? Says Chris Shaver. Chris Shaver 1250. What is this? We're actually figuring out a topic to talk about. That's what I want to look at as well. And so we've been talking a lot about, we've been on here for 20 minutes now, talking about the churches, being people walking to the churches in Minneapolis or St. Paul. We talked a little bit about Greenland. So you let me know. Let me know. I love Jesus too. So that's on the table if you want to talk about it, but you're going to tune a lot of people off, but overall. But anyway, we did hit 20 minutes. You guys like and subscribe. If you guys don't mind, take a minute to do that. Am I married? Yeah, I'm married. Yep. I like stuff and things, says Chris Shaver. All right. That's really deep, man. If you want to put a little more in the comments, that'd be fantastic to put that in there. Let me know what you think about that. Let me know what you want to talk about. Like I was saying earlier, no, Aiden, I can't show my wife. She's not here at the moment. My main show is on Sundays. I come on during the week just to check in and say hi, make sure I got a good finger on the pulse of what's happening around the country, that kind of thing. Stuart, glad to see you're still here. Thought I lost you for a minute. We can talk about Jesus if you want. I'm atheist, so should be interesting. Yeah, being atheist is interesting. Okay, Chris Shaver, let's talk about this. If that's an honest question, Chris, I don't know who you are, but let's do an honest question. In the world, Chris Shaver, do you think you're the highest thing around? Do you think that you're the absolute, I guess, perfect center? Do you think you're the center of the world right now? Is that how you look at it? Because I think that myself, I am so broken and so just, you can go in the center and say all those words, but there are so many problems that I'm not perfect at all. I hope that I'm not the best thing ever. I hope there's something above me, and I hope I have a better life after the world and all that. That's what I'm hoping. So Chris Shaver, you don't think that you are the center of the world. Okay, good. Okay. What is though? Or you just think we're a bunch of molecules that just kind of fell into the right slime and primordial ooze, and this is where we're at? That's kind of the question. Is it Vish? Jesus Christ loves you too, Chris, no matter how much you deny. Well, hey, Vish, real quick, let's not use the word deny yet. Okay, we're still meeting Chris Shaver, so let's not use that word deny. Let's go into great, no problem, and Jesus will love you no matter what. But let's not say deny yet. He says he's atheist, which means he just doesn't believe. It doesn't mean he deny. Now, he might change. He might come on here and say, hey, he denies it. But let's take that word out of the vocabulary at the moment. So, okay, so here we go. Chris Shaver, I think life is a sustained 4 billion year old chemical reaction. Okay. So that's what you think. Okay. So that is interesting. So you believe in evolution and everything else, and Big Bang Theory or something like that. That is it. It's an interesting thing. And who was it? Was it Michael Knowles? I want to say maybe Matt Walsh, one of those guys, one of the guys I listen to. He kind of said, if a tornado goes through a junkyard and a tornado rips up the entire junkyard and goes crazy and just blows everything around and everything's spinning and everything's going nuts. And then all of a sudden, all the used parts, all of the molecules, all the mufflers and the hoods and everything else, and they swirl together in a tornado, and boom, they hit the ground, and it's like a 1978 Chevy Impala, and just there's a car just made randomly from the tornado. And if you believe that's kind of how all animals, all trees, and everything organic on this earth happened, it's a very interesting conversation because, and help me if I'm wrong, but I find that's almost impossible that it can just randomly, a bunch of things all fall into an ooze, and miraculously here we are, and we're able to do all this stuff. That's the main thing I want to look at. Anyway, Jennifer Walker, good to hear from you too. I don't know if you just heard my whole rant about that one real quick. Aiden's, am I in my room? No, I'm not in my room. No, my pinball machine's in the back. That's what that is. Okay, Chris Shaver, good. Okay, so that's an extremely oversimplified version of evolution. Yeah, okay. Again, I'm not arguing with you. Let's continue that conversation. What do you think happened, overall? I mean, what is that? It's not, obviously, are you thinking a fish came out of the ocean and kind of went on the whole thing and move forward? Is that kind of what you're getting at? If where a fish decided, hey, I want to jump on land and get rid of my gills and I want to actually breathe air, oxygen. So, I mean, it fascinates me, and I agree on the conversation. So, Chris Shaver, I'm curious. I'm curious what's going on. Hey, David, was it K1R2R? Thanks for seeing me. I appreciate it very much. But it's a good conversation, and the hard thing, it'll never be solved. It's no matter who you believe. And here's my other issue too, Chris Shaver. It's we're all talking about Jesus Christ and Christian life and Catholics and everything else. I mean, what about all the other gods out there too? Other people that believe in gods. Good. All right. So, Chris Shaver, that's how I would describe it to a 4-year-old. You talking about me with the fish coming out of the water and all that. Again, I understand. I'm talking fast, and the comments are kind of. The chat's a little bit delayed because I know my speech is delayed. So I appreciate that. Okay, good. All right, I'll stall in there for a minute. Stuart, no one can prove that there is a God and no one can prove that there isn't. Yeah, and that's the hard thing. That's the real hard thing about it. Oh, good. Okay, so David's another atheist as well. So good, David. Help. Well, I don't know if the word help is right because Chris Shaver is doing a good job on this. But Chris Shaver is also an atheist, and we're just really discussing religion and what it means. And kind of the debate, I guess, if I'm catching up, if you haven't been paying attention, is evolution versus, my junkyard theory that was doing that. So, what was the idea? So I don't know. David, let's get your opinion. What do you think happened? I mean, obviously, that if you're an atheist, you don't believe in anything for a God, or do you believe in something? And my first question that I asked Chris Shaver was, does he believe that he's the center of the world? That's one. So, yes, I'm actually practicing Catholic, so I'll let you know. But again, I got my vices, so including my drink. All right, Chris Shaver, how life came to be is kind of a moot point. It happened. I don't know. I need more from you on that one. I'm going with this debate. I'm going with this conversation, but I need more than that happen. So I'm drinking. Aiden, I believe you're still in school, so I'm drinking cider. Okay, it's cider. All right, so Chris, you kind of say it's a moot point. It happened. I mean, that's kind of like saying that you don't understand electricity, so you just know that electricity happens. No, it's not beer. No. Aiden, don't worry about it, buddy. It's not beer. And yeah, I don't know how old you are, but assuming you're younger. But it's like saying that I don't understand electricity or how electricity gets into my house and why I plug it in there, and so therefore I don't believe in electricity. I mean, it's a moot point. So, all right. So VH is nice. I'm Christian, some Baptist, some Pentecostal. Yeah, my biggest thing is, I believe what I believe, but at the same time, I don't. It's up to anybody else. All right. So life happened. Evolution is just a scientific theory to try to explain it. Okay. So are you back to the Big Bang as far as one day something just happened and boom, it went forward on that? Stuart, I would start drinking if I had to talk to atheists. No, it's interesting because it does. I love, and Stuart, you've been around for a while. I love talking to people because I like learning more and what's happening and understanding the conversation and just learning. I just like learning. Anyway, you got that. So yeah, pretty much. You think one day somebody just popped in here and just, the lungs started going, the heart started beating, and then a whole bunch of the brain activity started hitting, and it just happened. I mean, what's first, chicken or the egg? I mean, yeah, see, to me, that's just, I would say to me, it's almost easier to say, no, there is a God, and Adam and Eve came down, and then this happened, and that happened, and then kind of on the seventh day, he rested, and it moved on from there. And that's kind of where I'm looking at the whole thing. And I'm just hoping that is. And at the same time, and I think a lot of people do need Jesus just because they need to hopefully believe in something that makes them a good person so that some way down the road, if and when when they pass away, there'll be a better life somewhere else. And I really don't want to think about them not being a better place than this one. That's my point. So I don't know. Chris, let me know. Hey, we just hit 30 minutes. You guys are here for the first time. Please like and subscribe. I'm really trying to grow the channel. I really appreciate your support. And I'd love to talk to you more on that one. So Chris Shaver, there might be a God, there might not. Okay, well, good. I mean, and I agree with you 100%. So I'll come back to that. My atheists love talking about something they don't believe exists. What could I possibly say? Yeah, agreed, Stuart. So here's the thing, Chris Shaver. There might be a God, there might not be. You know what? I would rather believe in God and live a good, healthy Christian life and do all the stuff that's right and die and be wrong than not believe in anything at all, just carry on and thinking I'm the center of the world, and then die and be wrong, and there be a God, and he looks at me and says, what did you do with your life? That's my thought. So Viesh, one thing, if you say there might be a God, it might not be, wouldn't you rather believe and be right than not believe? I think I just said that, but that's a long paragraph, so I'm sure you were typing that as I was saying it. But yeah, if I were to put in words what I just said, there it is right there. Yeah, Chris Shaver, thank you. I mean, that's the way I look at it, you know. And you know what? Again, if you believe in God and you're wrong, what do you lose? I mean, that's it. What do you lose? So I'm wrong. Ah, great. I'm dead, and I'm just 6 feet under, or I'm burned in a box, and I'm scattered ashes, and I'm wrong. But if I don't believe in God and I'm all those things, and there is a heaven and there is a hell, and I'm wrong, that's the problem. So yes, I typed before you said it. I figured it did. I know. That's funny. Anyway, guys, that's good. So that's my take. That's about my extent of my knowledge on that one. If you start doing Bible verses or anything else, that's not me. That's not me. I've read the majority of the Bible, but never, I'm not a guy to memorize anything for that matter, but anyway, I appreciate that. It was a good conversation, Chris. I thank you for doing that. I don't know, David kind of went away, I guess, but But Stuart, what's happening in Louisiana? Anything going on? Speaking of that, it's kind of interesting. ICE right now, Immigration and Customs Enforcement, they're all over the country, every state. I would say almost every other state, and the only problem we're finding is the state of Minnesota is having an issue with ICE, even though they're everywhere else. So that's the crazy thing. All right, Aiden, I'm going to win. Okay. All right, Aiden, you have a good night, buddy. We'll see you later. Thanks for coming on. So, Stuart, I quit talking about things that are make-believe when I was 7, like Santa and elves. Stuart, are you a parent, though? You can't stop talking about Santa. I disagree about Santa and elves. Yeah, my wife likes gnomes. That's what she likes. So, whatever. I got damn gnomes everywhere. Hopefully she's not watching this or won't watch it. But anyway, yeah, no, yeah, that's the weird thing, right? I mean, so Stuart, back to the conversation about God and everything. It's like, you still want kids to believe in something, right? And they can't manifest. They don't understand God, but they can understand a guy in a beard and with a red suit. So kind of like that's the I wonder. Oh man, as I'm saying it, I'm like, I wonder if that's the preamble to believe. And I'm wondering if the atheists don't believe in God because when they found out Santa Claus wasn't. Oh, I'm sorry. Maybe I shouldn't say this out loud. But then when they found out the truth about Santa Claus and the Easter Bunny. Hopefully we don't have any too young kids on this thing. Anyway, you get my point. And they decided that that's the point, that they wanted to stop believing in God. I don't know. It's weird. It's a big stretch, but we'll see. All right, so Chris Saver. Stuart. Right. I'm sorry, man. I didn't know you didn't know. Yeah, exactly, right? That's the funny thing. My point is for kids. So when I say I'm an atheist, that just means I don't believe in gods. I don't have a problem with a religion or religious people, and I have a soft spot for Christianity. Okay. Fair enough. That's good. And again, I think religion is one of those things that continues to mature, continues to change depending on the person and what they're doing and what they're going through. I know myself, I've been in some dark times. I've done a bunch of stupid things. And one of the best things I ever had was finding my relationship with God. So not to be too pushy, but that's kind of the thing on that one. But yeah, Stuart, that is fair. So Aiden, what's up in Denmark, man? you're in 12th grade. So if you're in 12th grade, that means you're probably 17 or 18 years old by now. But yeah, there's a lot of stuff going on. You're talking about Davos with all the billionaires and millionaires going to Davos, and you got Trump going up there demanding Greenland, which is kind of interesting how that's all playing out. Man, I tell you, he's really scoring with that because he's really hitting that one hard, and loving the way that is playing out. I think we are going to get Greenland from it. I think Denmark is finally. I mean, Denmark can't say anything. What are they going to say? They can't say no. They can't. They just can't do it. They can't just be like, no, we're not going to give it away. They can't. And oh, you know what, Stuart? I almost forgot. Remind me about your shirt. I got to talk to you about that. Anyway, Chris Shaver, honestly, Christianity as a philosophy is pretty on point, and it's much more well-developed than a lot of modern philosophies. They've had a few thousand years to work on it. Yeah, I mean, well, about 2,000 years, so on there. Stuart, so the funny thing was, I wanted to tell you, I don't think I did it yet. Your comment the other night, I was talking about, speak softly and carry a big stick. And then my buddy, using your comment of shit, what did you say? I had it written down somewhere. I had carry a big stick. Oh, what did you say? No, I got it right here. Speak with big stick and carry it softly. Okay, so Stuart, this is what happens. My buddy plugs that in the chat GPT. So he plugs that saying, speak with big stick and carry it softly. It pops up Theodore Roosevelt carrying on this like a side view. He's got this big club going over the back. And he's got this big club like this, and he's standing there. And it says across the top, speak with big stick, and at the bottom, carry it softly. Well, it had like a little bird over here on the side, and it had a little flowers on the other side. So ChatGPT totally just took your thing and did it. We're going to make probably t-shirts with it. And the problem was it was Theodore Roosevelt, who's the one that originally said, of course, the main saying. And I was like, oh man, Theodore, I mean, I can't put President Teddy Roosevelt on the shirt. So I'm like, change it to my face. And so he puts my face on Theodore Roosevelt's face. And I'm like, there's no way in heck I'm wearing a t-shirt with my face on it saying that line. So I need to figure out like how to make it work where it's a person saying it, but it's not quite real. And I can't use Donald Trump because that'd be weird. But man, I tell you, your saying is hilarious. And when I develop my clothing line for it, that's going to be one of it. I got to send you royalties if I ever put that together on that one. But yeah, so we'll figure that one out. But yeah, I wanted to talk to you about that because I almost forgot. And I wish I had, how can I get a copy of that? Anyway, it's on my phone, but I'll put it up. I'll do a whole thing about it and I'll let you know. But that was one of those things. And I got to give you credit for that one, Stuart. It's always good to have you on here. That was the hilarious thing. But yeah, guys, speak with big stick and carry it softly. So, all right. Yeah, I'm telling you, man, I can quote you, but not me. Yep. I gotta give you credit for that one. I'll put a little SG at the bottom or something. I'm assuming that's your real name. I don't know, but I'll put a little thing of this disclaimer, SG at the bottom of it. So anyway, I just thought that was funny. I figured you'd like that because it was your thing, but I wish, you know what? I wonder? Not required. Can I be in? What do you want to be in, Aiden? You know what? I don't think he sent that to me. Now I'm looking now. We were screwing around with it, and we did me. This is what. So we did that one. That's my back. So that's my back. That's the other side of the room on the other side. That's I had Trump. It's a flag. He doesn't look that aggressive, but he did. Anyway, I don't know, maybe a cartoon character, but here's me as Mario. That's me. We did a Mario one. We did a Legend of Zelda one too, but I didn't like it. But that's me as a cartoon Mario. And you can see my other pop in the back right there. You want credit? What do you want credit for, Aiden? You know what though? Stupid. I did not. I'll get it for us next time. I'll figure that out. What is this? Oh, that's my plate. That was my food the other day. You ever been to one of these restaurants? Let's talk about something stupid, okay? Hey, we're hitting 40 minutes, you guys. If you guys don't mind, like and subscribe. That'd be fantastic. My 40 minutes in here. But take a look at this. So this the other night, I went to this thing called K-Pot. Okay, so what you do is these little things down here, you see this right here. So that's your pot, and you have different pot. There's one right here as well, and you kind of go over this whole thing where that cooks in front of you. And then you take the food. So here's like lamb, here's like beef chop or whatever. I forget what this one is, but you put these things, you put them in your little boiling pot, and then everything boils for you. And then you dip it in the little sauces, depending on exactly which kind of sauce you want. This is peanut butter, and the other one's like a yum yum sauce or whatever. And you got your vegetables up here and everything else. So this is basically a restaurant that you have to cook yourself. And for the price that you're doing it, I'm one of those like, what the hell? I gotta make myself like do this whole thing and actually have to cook all this stuff myself. And I don't know if it's right. I'm not a cook. I barely even barbecue. I mean, I know what a burger's done, but it's what I was like, I don't know if my beef chops are done. I have no clue. What am I supposed to be looking for? And they don't give you instructions like, hey, when it turns like, whatever this color, it's done. They don't tell you any of that stuff. And I was really, so we went there for a birthday, and just put it this way, I wasn't impressed. But anyway, oh, hey, all right. Back to the chat. Sorry, I was busy doing my own stupid little green screens. All right, the Christian philosophy is much older than 2,000 years. It's built on Judaism, which itself is based on much older pagan religions. That line of thought is at least 5,000 years old. Interesting. Okay. You know what? Yeah, Chris. That's interesting. So you're saying it goes obviously longer than the birth of Jesus Christ. Okay. Yeah. See, I honestly don't know that stuff. That's not my realm. It's not my realm at all. I'm interested in. I love it. But at the same time, that's not my thing. So that's interesting. I'm going to write that down. I'm going to investigate that a little more just for my own knowledge. So, Chris, thanks for bringing that up. I do appreciate that. Let me find out. Here we go. Let me find out. So you're talking about Judaism. So Judaism, built on Judaism, 2,000 plus years. And paganism, pagan religions. Yeah, I mean, pagan, I know pagan just because of the Vikings and all that stuff. I watch the shows and all that. Pagan religions. All right, that's a topic here to discuss later on. All right, so, be good. That's a place to take your wife, or to take your girlfriend, not your wife. Fresh ideas are for side friends. Yeah, no, my wife went with us, and it was my son and his wife. So it was the four of us that went out there, and they love that stuff. They love trying new stuff. They were trying like squid, all the seafood stuff they were putting in there. I mean, they were putting in stuff that I don't even know what it was. And I'm like, number one, I don't know what it is. Number two, I don't know how to cook it. And number three, I don't know when it's done being cooked. So how the heck am I going to do this? And what am I going to put this on? I just didn't. I had no idea what was going on. But yeah, I agree with that one. All right, Aiden, my favorite music is "Everybody Want to Rule the World." What? Okay, dude. All right. Welcome to the chat. To your point earlier, here we go. Anyway, Stuart, I know you watch my videos. You watching them any lately? What do you think? I've been kind of slow on a few of them. Hope you've been watching the interviews. I was always nervous when my wife told me she wanted to try something. There's a joke coming on that one, Stuart. I know there is. I know there's a joke on that one. No, I'm not going to say it. I'm not going to say it. Anyway, Stuart, you cracked me up, buddy. But anyway, what's happening in Louisiana? Anything new? I don't think there's anything. I haven't heard anything in Louisiana. You figure there's always something going on. Unfortunately, I didn't tell you. I actually honeymooned in New Orleans. My wife and I went down there for a honeymoon. That's what it was. So we went down there, and then I went back there with my kids. A couple, like 5, probably before COVID. So whenever that was, 5 or 6. 6, 7 years ago, we went back there just with a random thing to do that. But we loved New Orleans. I'm trying to think what we did. We were just on Bourbon Street. We just hung out there the entire time, and we did the ghost tours. Have you ever done the ghost tours going through Bourbon Street? Because man, those are fun. We love doing ghost tours wherever we go. So if you're in the chat, hey, help me out here. Have you ever been to a ghost tour in any city? Let me know where to go to. So is it? Is it Avius 1097 was difficult understanding him? Understanding me or who? I'm not sure who he. Let me know if I'm being hard to understand. Let me just say my apologies. I do apologize. But we do like ghost stories if we want to talk about that. Oh, Chris Shaver, Tool. All right, now you're sharing your age there. Oh, I missed Stuart's thing. Just wet and greasy down there, cooking gumbo with a pot of rice. Yeah, but the beignets are amazing, though. I'm just saying. Or you can only have one of those and you're done with it. No, that's an interesting thing. Tool, yeah, Chris Shaver. Yeah, I remember that one video that they had. That I think it was creepy. That was so so Chris Shaver. I'm imagining you and I are probably about the same age, unless you just magically discovered Tool. Because I remember when they first came out. I was early in college when that came out. Oh, here we go. Avis. All right, you talking ghost stories. Ever heard of the Gray Lady? No, I have not. Hopefully that's not a joke. Hopefully you're not like walking me into a joke. But what Stephen Hawking was hard to find or understand. Where did Stephen Hawking get involved in this conversation? But anyway, hey, fine. Hey, we're over 45 minutes, guys. If you're just checking in for the first time, please like and subscribe. I'm trying to grow the channel. I really appreciate that. But let's continue this going. So I have a lateralist tattoo on my wrist and an APC tattoo opposite side. They are good. Just need another pound of yeah, Stuart, talking about the beignets. Yeah, pound of sugar is about right. But Gray Lady is a ghost story in England, based in Carlton, England. Okay. But what were you saying? The lateralist tattoo? Well, I know what that is. Oh, here we go. Oh, so is it the lateralist tattoo? Is that like a man, a profile of a man just kind of looking away? And I'm not sure if that's the right symbol I want to be publicizing on my thing here. So there's a lot of tattoos on here. Interesting. Yeah. Where'd you say you have it? You have it on your wrist. Just your wrist. Interesting. Okay. And an APC tattoo. Do I want to know what an APC tattoo is? You're walking me into something. And my computer explodes. I'm really pissed. Oh, it's like a circle. What is that? Perfect circle. Oh, all right. APC tattoo. A perfect circle tool tattoo. D was a deviant perfect circle band tattoo. The perfect circle. Why does it say what does it mean when it says completely perfect circle the entire time? Anyway, all right. Well, now I got tattoo on my laptop now. Now it's like, oh, look, best tattoo parlors here near me. This tattoo parlor, this tattoo. Wow, I just freaking hit this thing. That's fantastic. All right. Let me go back to this one. I have heard of the Gray Lady and seen the art. Oh, okay. So Stuart, that's something to watch. I'm trusting you, Stuart. Gray Lady. All right. In England. We'll look at that too and figure that one out. That's funny. You're 41, Chris? Yeah, okay. So I'll be 48. Hey guys, just for the record, I'll be 48 tomorrow. My birthday's tomorrow. Yeah, just don't do stupid shit. Anyway, my birthday's tomorrow. I'll be 48. She was a woman who died by falling off a horse and got crushed by it. Oh, jeez. And her husband was paid from her family's dowry. No, the tattoo is Lateralist Eye by Tool. Oh, you went back to Tool. Oh, interesting. Okay. Got it. Call the wife Gray Lady and be the absent man. Okay, all right. See, I'm behind. See, I'm glad that Kristen was it Avius. If I'm saying that wrong, I apologize. But I'm glad you guys are bringing that around. So, all right, so that's cool. So you're saying lateralist. I'm gonna say tool tattoo. No, I'm gonna say tool. Tool. Oh, there we go. Yeah, Lateralus is the third studio album by the American rock band Tool, released on May 15th, 2001. Yep, the album has celebrated complex structures and philosophical themes, making a landmark progressive metal. Yeah, that's the same logo. Oh, I see. Oh, that logo. Yeah. Oh, that's interesting. So yeah, there's a bunch of stuff about the Lateralus, but at the same time, yeah. All right, so good. We got freaking people that are fans of Tool. That's awesome. Lateralus Tool. What's my favorite TV show that I can watch it? Dude, if you're in 12th grade, man, I hope you can watch anything you want. So the ghost story based on Gray Lady is she was killed by her husband and now she haunts the village of Carlton. I'm going to write down Carlton, England. In England, and as folklore, common belief, the ghost story is still ongoing to this day. She haunts the halls and rooms at night in the village, and what's funny is We send our kids on trips there in year 6. Oh man, where are you from? Let me know. Hey, by the way, yeah, just check in. Where are you from, guys? I mean, I just, don't tell me any specifics, like just what country you're from if you're not from the United States, or what state you're from, just so I know. This one. Thank you, Chris Shaver. I appreciate that. Yeah. Anyway, I don't know what it means when you hit 48. It's like, you're from me. Oh, you're from me. So you know exactly what you're talking about then, from England. That's cool. That's interesting. I'll have to take a look at that and figure that out. I think I missed one. Favorite TV show? I just got done, finished Landman. I'm waiting to see if they come out with another season. That was kind of a weird way to end it, but I'd say Modern Family is my favorite one. That's my favorite show. We watch that all the damn time. I watched it several times through, but I was sleeping one eye open tonight. No more ghost story. Yeah, I hear you. No, but if you go down to New Orleans, like I said, you take the ghost stories. There was one. I'll tell you this story. This is the funny thing about it. So we go by this one house, okay? So I'm with my wife and my 2 kids. My kids are probably like my son's probably 15. My daughter's maybe 12 or 13, right? Daily Riot. Hey, Daily Riot. Welcome to the chat. Stuart, it gets worse. She doesn't sleep until she sleeps one eye. Oh, she sees one person's eyes open at night, and she's meant to blind you in folklore. That's even worse. Wow. All right. So Daily Riot. You're talking about Al Bundy being on Modern Family. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. That's funny. Welcome to the show, Daily Riot. It's good. Real quick while I got you, Riot, I'm decided on our video that we did the other day. I'm not going to play the whole thing. I promise you I wouldn't play the whole thing. But what I'm going to do is break it up into clips. And I'm going to go in there and I'm probably going to superimpose myself like you do in your videos. And then just kind of do the highlights and talk about how dumb I am and how stupid the whole thing was. Because a lot of it actually came out pretty good. The people that were actually watching it, the ones that I knew, were like, dude, it was funny. You still got to post it. And I'm like, no, I promised I wouldn't do it. But anyway, so that's it. Chris Shaver in Florida. Okay, cool. There he is. Thanks, appreciate that. Let me know. Good to know you're still in Florida. So we're probably in the same time zone. Stewart's, I'm blind in one eye already, so you're saying that there is a dog in my future. You don't seem dumb. You seem quite sociable and nice. Are you talking about me? I hope you're not. Maybe I missed something. I don't know. I don't know. Yeah. Well, we were talking. We did Daily Riot and I and another guy. We did like we're trying to figure out restream and all that stuff. Yeah, me? Oh man, you don't seem dumb. Well, thank you so much. I have you fooled. So quite sociable and nice. Yeah, I get that. I get that by the end of the night. Let's just put it that way. But we did a whole thing and it was one of those, technology just eludes me. I just cannot figure out technology. I'm trying to figure out OBS, and even after you helped me, I'm still like just trying to make it all work. I've watched multi videos on YouTube trying to figure out, and they're all like, the basics. This is my problem with people trying to do how-tos on videos. This is me getting my soapbox. People are like, all right, so if you want to do this, we're going to bring you in, and I'm going to teach you all this stuff, and we're going to do it. And I'm like, shut up, just tell me what I want to know. And then they're going through it. They're like, well, to use this properly, you're going to be opening to a different window, and you have to adjust which window is best for you, and what your monitor is, and how great your camera. I mean, shut up, just tell me what I need to do. That was my whole thing. It was like, come on, seriously. Like, hey, how do I use OBS? How do I use Restream? How do I do anything on the internet? Tell me, step 1, you do this, great. Step 2, you do this. Step 3, you do this, good. If you don't like that, go back to those steps and fix it. That's what I need to know. If you have a how-to video about that, then let me know, because that's the how-to video I want to do. Don't give me all the BS about all the perfect things that can make it perfect. I just want to know how to make it work. I'll figure it all out later. That's my problem. That's my problem with every YouTube how-to video that talks about it. So don't tell me about how great your channel is. Don't tell me about what we're going to learn today and all that crap. Just tell me what I want to know so I can move on. All right, so you worked out how to put a background on. That's good enough. You like my background? Yeah, that's my logo there. That's ChatGPT's logo of a mountain range with my logo on that one. Yeah, I figured that. It took me forever to figure that out. Tell them to control alt delete their life. That's good. Yeah, just Control Alt Delete. Yeah, OBS is hell. Yeah. Riot uses OBS though. He loves it, so I don't know. Do I hate AI? No, I don't hate AI. No, let's get back to that. I want to read Stuart's comment. I don't see you as a social butterfly, more like a person with a high tolerance for ignorance. Yeah, well, I'm getting people to watch my channels. That's the important thing. Do I hate AI? No. Actually, Aiden, if you're interested, go to some of my videos I did on AI. I did one you might like since you're in the 12th grade. This is my AI girlfriend just ghosted me. And that's about AI moving forward on that one. People's lives being taken over. I'm curious to see if you have that happen in your schools. And then I got some other ones too. I did on birthing robots, which had a little bit to do with AI. So do I hate it? No, I don't hate AI. It's kind of hard to hate something that's going to supposedly help you. But yeah, AI ain't bad, but it's a sad reason why RAM costs a fortune now. Yeah, I mean, we're talking about electricity everywhere. The amount of electricity it takes to run some of these, just the data centers and the things powering AI. That's going to change the way America works, whether we go to nuclear, because obviously your wind power and your solar panels not going to work at all. It's going to be nuclear powered. I mean, that's just the way it is. And I'm curious too. I don't know anything about China overall, but like if they have AI and they have it over there, I mean, what are they going to do? Build another bunch of coal plants? And how are the green people going to be worried about the coal plants because they're just putting those together? So I think I did a couple videos a long time ago about solar panels, the one that are right outside Vegas. If you ever driven the 15 from California to Vegas, they got a whole bunch of solar panels out there, and they had 3 of them. They're ones where they have the solar panel, the reflecting lights, the mirrors that go to a big hydrogen bomb basically in the middle of it. And what was happening was there wasn't generating enough power, even the daylight. Too many animals were being killed as far as the ground animals, and all of these birds were just being annihilated. So that was an interesting story. If you guys check that out, I did it months ago. I forget what it's called. I got to look that up, but take a look at that just for knowledge. Anyway. All right, Ace does all the cores are buying everything available now for data centers. It's just a huge drain, but at least we get AM memes, I guess. Exactly, we get memes and we got cool little logos. That's why the president expedited the power plants to run AI facilities. Yeah. And Aiden, I think area tracks. I think we're falling behind there. But yeah, watch that video though if you guys don't mind that. And another one, talk about AI though too. I did one on how has the world changed. Talking about why we don't have flying cars yet. That was kind of an interesting one, I thought. But where is that one video, though? How long ago did I do that? When I started this channel, it was more of a educational thing. Now I've turned it more into a fun thing. Yeah, assuming I'm America, yes. Your worst nightmare. What? I missed something. Yeah, I'm in America. I'm in a state called Tennessee. If you know where that's at. I don't know. But yeah, solar panels leading to global warming. And what is Ivanpah, which Ivanpah was the actual thing. Did I vote? Oh yeah, I vote every time. I vote 100%. Yes. Yeah, I never miss any vote, either local or national or whatever else it is. I vote 100%. Daisy, give me your answer. I'm half crazy. Who's Daisy? Did I miss who's Daisy? Aiden, you're falling behind. I think your comments are a little bit late in the day, but I'm not sure. Anyway, oops, shoot. That's not what I want to do. Anyway, yeah, but I did vote. But hey, guys, we are hitting 60 minutes. If you guys are here for the first time, let me know. Cookie, welcome. I know you're not here for the first time. Welcome to the chat. I'm from England, so the situation is odd to me. But what exactly is going on in Minnesota? Oh, here we go. Good. All right, let's talk about Minnesota. I breached this in the beginning, but again, nobody was paying attention in the beginning. So let's talk about that. But yeah, again, guys, 60 minutes. If you guys don't mind, hit a like and subscribe. That'd be fantastic. Get this channel going. Really trying to work on a few things. What is going on in Minnesota? I can tell you right now. Avis from England. Yeah, no, I get it. I'll just tell you this. What is happening in Minnesota is happening throughout the entire country. Okay. So what is going on? And if you want to talk the grand scope of thing, we can start some videos on this. But what the grand scheme of thing is, Joe Biden, our previous president, who's now no longer there, mentally and physically, in office. He allowed a bunch of people coming across the border, illegal immigrants, to flood our country, and they all, of course, they went to one thing. They went to one area, all in all different states, all different what we call sanctuary cities here. Okay, illegals are getting evicted, but yeah, well, they all went to. We have what's called sanctuary cities. So basically, they're deciding municipalities that have decided that they're not going to uphold the law and they're going to do whatever they feel like doing. And criminals are flocking there, of course, because why wouldn't you? So they're all going this area. Now, we had COVID. You had COVID, obviously, in England too. But I believe probably started around COVID. They started handing out money to anybody with a pulse that said, hey, we need money because we're helping kids. So the idea was all of these Somalian-run facilities, what were daycare centers, autism centers as well. I actually did a video about this too, that they all were submitting claims to the government saying, we're feeding this many kids, we're watching this many kids, we're doing all these different things for them, send us the money. And that's what happened. And that's what's going on. You want me to stop? I thought, man, I just got going. I hadn't even finished my whole setup there. Oh, all right, good. The second you said Somalian, I knew scam. Yeah. But and the hard thing is, and this is truth between lines. Okay, so yes, it's a complete scam. And of course, whenever you say Somalian or something, someone will come out and say, hey, you're racist, you're against people with color, all those things. And it's like, well, I'm just saying the truth. It just happens to be people that are of Somalian descent that came over here either legally or illegally that are doing it. Racist or not, it's what's happening. It's the facts. So what they're trying to do, moving forward, jumping ahead, what they're trying to do is the governor of Minnesota, of the state of Minnesota, and the mayor of a town called Minneapolis. Again, I'm speaking to England. Stereotypes exist for a reason, right? Yeah, exactly. So the mayor they're realizing that they're implicated somehow in this whole thing. There's billions. I think last time I saw it was between $9 and $10 billion that are being sent out of the United States to Somalia and other countries. There is no way the leaders of Minnesota, including the governor and the mayor, are not implicated in this. There's no way. So what's happening, and I'm explaining to this for a person from England. Hey, Clay Dirt, good to see you, man. I appreciate you jumping on here. So what's happening is everybody that's in power is saying ICE is bad. The Immigration and Customs Enforcement's bad. Don't look over here at all the fraud. Everyone look over here. ICE are killing people on the streets. These are horrible things. We should get them out of our town. And don't look over here. That's what's happening. Anyway, hey, Clay, as long as you jump on here, man, I don't care. That's cool. I'm glad you did it. How have they not been found out, though, if it's billion? That is the boom, right in the head, right there. Avis, that is the absolute question. How do you not find billions of dollars? So they have figured out that these Somalians are going back to Somalia with suitcases full of cash. And that's the problem. So I have a hard time keeping the truck between the lines. Tax funded, yes, 100%. Oh, hey, Howard Clegg, good to see you. Welcome back. Hey, Howard Clegg, thanks for putting comments in there. I appreciate that very much. Yes, it's tax funded because basically what's happening is the daycare centers, the autism centers, they're coming in there and they're just basically saying, yes, we're feeding this many kids. We need federal money because our constituents, the people we're doing, are poor. And that's what they're doing. Oh, wait, that was a quick yes. It is 100% tax funded. I would say yes. I mean, I don't know if it's like, when you say 100%, I don't know if it's 100%. 99.9%? Sure. Yeah. That's the crazy thing. Stuart, well, Minnesota, the political class has allowed foreign voters to dictate their ideology over their own people to acquire more government subsidies for their state. Yeah. Avis, read Stuart Gordon's comment 2 or 3 times. That's exactly what's happening. I mean, we got so many like legitimate veterans out there that have fought in wars and been in the military that are homeless, but yet someone that comes here illegally can basically say, hey, I need help, and they get cell phones and clothing and housing and a hotel and all the things. It's, yeah. And people are rioting to defend them. Yeah, exactly, yeah. So people are rioting, I know you're joking, but people are rioting right now to protect them to stay. Yeah. And to go forward, Virginia right now, and I did a short about this morning. Virginia right now is doing a thing that says, hey, we want to not be able to look into nonprofits. That's what they're putting together right now. It's absurd. It's absurd. VA is a mess. Yeah, Howard. Howard, wouldn't you want, and Howard and Stuart are like my military guys. Wouldn't you love if the money, the billions of dollars is being sent to other countries was spent at the VA to fix the VA? Wouldn't that be great? Wouldn't that just be fantastic? I think it would. Anyway, guys, we hit 65 minutes. Please jump on there if you guys don't mind, and like and subscribe. I'd really appreciate it. Let me say this right. I was leftist leaning my entire life. Then about 3 years ago, I experienced something that instantly made me turn 180. I don't identify with anything with the left anymore. Well, welcome to the right. It seems like a cult now to me. Yeah. I don't know exactly how it is in England, but, and I love your point, and I love it and everything else, but right now I'm feeling that there's like everybody, there used to be a middle. There usually is a middle. If you have anything to do with politics, you can't be in the middle. Like, you have the people that have their head down and they're like, I just want to live my life and I just want to raise my kids and be happy. And they're in the middle because they don't know what's going on. Ignorance is bliss, and there's nothing wrong with that. But if you know anything about politics, it is almost like you have to be somewhere in that cult range, whether you're left, whether you're right, good or bad. You're either evil, you're a Nazi, you're a fascist, you're all these names. You don't understand who gender is, or over here, you're just the white male who's oh God, what did Lemon say the other day? That moron. But anyway, I'm getting off point because I'm getting excited. That's the bad thing about it. Yeah, Stuart. Yeah, vets would definitely appreciate that, right? But if that's the way America's going right now. It's either you're dead center because you have no idea what's going on, or you're split to one-sider. And yeah, Daily Riot, both sides are tribal. Exactly. I mean, both sides. I 100% agree, both sides. And we're watching the marches in the street. You're watching all the people protesting. All right, Clay's Dirt Duster. Both sides are the occult. The middle is where the truth lies, lives, and love still lives. Yeah. Okay, good. I mean, that's kind of what I was saying. I hope you guys, I know you guys are chatting, you're typing it up. It's probably the delay on that thing is a little, I know it's legitimate delay. But yeah, that is exactly what we're talking about on the whole thing. So my question for the chat, where do we go from there? What happens at that point? That's the next thing. It's like, all right, what plays out and what happens? Let me know that answer. You're a genius if you figure that out. But all right, taking a break. I love it, Clay. Appreciate it. All right, so Avis, I don't agree with fully leaning either side. I feel like every side has their own issues. It's best to remain neutral, but what if you're forced into a choice? And then Clay says, remember the double slit light test? No, I don't remember that. No, what is that? Double slit light test? Is that a thing? And back to Avis. Oh, actually, okay. So back to, I'm going to do the double slit thing, but back to Avis. I agree with you, but that's not the way America works right now. I don't think it. Unfortunately, it's a bad thing either way. So I agree. Daily Riot, light is a particle and a wave, but it can act as both. Google it. Apparently, it's one thing if you look at. Yeah. So I did Google it. So it's right here. I wanted to address Avis real quick before I did it. So the double slit experiment, modern physics, the double slit experiment demonstrates that light and matter can exhibit behavior associated with both classical particles and classical waves. This type of experiment was first described by Thomas Young, 1801, when making his case for wave behavior of visible light. In 1927, a couple guys independently, electrons show the same behavior, which was later extended to atoms and molecules. Light, matter. So the light and matter can, it's interesting. How did that come up? I want to know, how did that come up? I'm not even sure how that is that the flat earth? No. Clay's dirt. Why did you bring that up? I'm just curious now. Like why? It's interesting, but why'd you bring it up? Light is a particle and a wave, but it can act as both. My name's Brian. So yeah, my name's Brian. All right, so Howard, they tax me all they want, but they try to control my kids. They cross the line. Exactly. Yeah. I agree, Howard. That's the hardest thing right now. I think he was making an analogy of the dichotomy of the left there. Okay, is that what it was? There we go. Good to meet you, Michelle. Thank you. I appreciate it. I remind you of that. That's funny. Extreme on both sides bring great division. It's chemistry 101. Equal and opposite reactions. Yeah. I wanted to bring this up. What do you guys think? This is my little note. Okay, this tells you I'm legitimate thinking about this. Do you remember in Marvel? Maybe I brought this up in another chat. I want to do a video. Remember in Marvel, and it was Vision that comes out, and they're talking about. They're trying to figure out how the bad guys are getting so good, and how they're getting so strong. And Vision kind of comes out and says, well, because the good guys are so strong that the bad guys are getting strong as well, and it's a balance, and it's a yin and a yang and everything else. And I don't have the exact knowledge, but I wanted to look it up, and that's one of those things I wanted to kind of see. But do you guys think that in the chat? Do you guys think the same thing? Where, again, going back, there's no real middle in America. There's cults and there's tribals and there's left and there's right, and are we balancing each other out because we have to balance each other out? There's my thing. There's my question. I think there's a greater plan of dividing. Yep. And the light goes through 2 slits, but on the other side, when it lands on the wall, there's multiple slits, like a bunch of 10. Yeah, I saw that, and they have a diagram online. Oh, that's interesting. Yeah, I got to look more into that. Yeah. Avis, you don't think there's a 50-50 divide? Yeah. I mean, again, I like to think you're right. In America, it's different. It's just, I don't know. It's hard. Jennifer Walker, as one force grows, so does the opposite. Yeah, I mean, that's kind of exactly that. You learn to adapt and you learn to figure out things. I really got to work on that video because I want to put that together. I hope Marvel doesn't hit me with a copyright something or whatever else. But yeah. So again, I think there's a 20 to 80 divide, but the majority of this 80 are scared to speak out, especially in England. Well, that goes was the 80-10-10 rule, or I think it's 80-10, 80-20 rule is, 80% of the people, there's 10% on each side and then 80% in the middle, and they got to figure that out. And really, whoever persuades the 80% to vote the way they want to. Yeah, Avis, I love what you're saying, but at the same time, in America, that's not what's happening right now, unfortunately. I wish it was. That's just not it. And it's getting worse. It's getting worse. The coverage, and of course, you look at all the videos and all the stuff on social media and just mainstream medium as well. It's all bad because that's what sells. So then you see other videos where people are like, yeah, I live in Minnesota. This is my daily commute. And they're like driving down the road. And then on the left side, they're like, yeah, here's a bunch of older, white protesters that are sitting on the side of the street being stupid and no one even acknowledges them. And he's like, I got to go to work. I don't care. And you really hope that would be more things going forward on that one. All right. So Clay's, I think that's what the 67 was about, where 60% on one side and 33% on the other. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it's crazy. It's crazy. What are we going to do with it? I mean, that's the problem. And when does it end? I mean, because it doesn't end in 3 years when President Donald Trump isn't president anymore. I mean, I don't know. Read my other comment, Brian. What did I miss? I missed one. Sorry. I don't think there's a 50-50 divide. Is that what you said? A greater force needs a greater power. A greater force needs a greater power. Yeah, that's a good one, too. I think there's a greater plan of... I'm going back. If I missed one, I'm sorry. Let's put it that way. So... Nope. Nope. Other one. Which other one? Copy and paste it. I lost it. Hey, yeah, Kid Rocks. Hey, man, it's cool. Good to see you back here. I appreciate it. Welcome back, buddy. Actually, man, it's late for you, isn't it? But well, okay. So, yeah, Clay's Durant. Well, I think there's 67% quit voting. About 30% of voters actually vote anymore, but I don't think why anybody would vote when there's not anybody for 100% abortion free society. Well, I think, well, half of your question is right, because obviously people just don't vote because they don't think their vote matters. And that's the problem, that they just sit out and they just don't do it. And that is the one they issue. Chris Shaver, hey Chris, I'm glad you're still here. You've been quiet for a while. The left and the right need to each other. They moderate each other. They see things from different perspective. We just need to make sure the extremes on either side don't gain power. You know, yeah, that's a good way to put it too. Chris Shaver, that's a great way to put it. Yep. Avis, the Facebook one didn't appear. I didn't see one. I mean, I don't know. Are you watching from Facebook? That's where if anybody else saw the comment, let me know. I didn't see it. I said in England, we get 6 months in jail for saying there's 2 genders. So, thank you, Avis. I want you to watch my one video that I did. I did it 2 days ago. It's called Online Safety, Privacy Overreach. It is about that. Are you serious? Okay, and Daily Riot and I were talking about this. Are you seeing 30 arrests per month, I guess it was, for online social media and things like that? That's what I did. So I did a report. It's only 9 minutes, 10 minutes, 9 minutes and 55 seconds. Please watch that, you guys. And actually, do me a favor. Do me a real big favor. Okay, please. I'm trying to monetize this channel. If you guys can literally just go and watch my videos, let them run. I put a playlist up there. Put it on mute. I don't even care. Just let it run. And especially if you're coming from England and all the other stuff, that would be fantastic, because that will get me like international stuff. Anyway, that's my plea. Please, please, please go watch the videos. But do watch that one about online safety. All right, back to the chat here. Yep. Now I'm on YouTube, but they do insta ban our messages also. Okay, maybe you got hit by that. I don't know. People are very disillusioned about both sides. Yeah, it just depends. Avis is saying per month, per week, 30 people per week. God, that's crazy. Riot, you still listening to that? That's interesting. Am I late? Yeah, man, you're late. You're 76 minutes late there, Kid Rock. For me, it's not that my vote doesn't matter, even though it don't matter. I believe there's no sense in being an accomplice to this direction we are headed. Yeah, you could be right. History doesn't always repeat, but it sure can rhyme with what's going on. Reminds me of the 1850s. You think of the race riots? I mean, 1850, not 1950s, 1850s. You think of Civil War. You know what, Howard, I'm going to get back to that. I don't think people realize how bad it is here. We have no freedom of speech anymore. Exactly. Yeah, they've let people out of jail to force short-term sentences for gender speak online. Yeah, but still, you go to jail and you still got that hanging above you and everything else. Howard, we were talking, my wife and I were talking about that, about the 1850s. So you're talking about the Civil War. I'll run it. You're talking about Civil War. The problem with it, though, who are the sides? Because in any war, you're going to find sides. You're going to, England versus, sorry, Avis. You're going to find England versus America, colonists. You got Civil War, you got the North versus South. Who is actually going to fight? Because you can't say left and right, because there's no armies there. There's no actual armies there. I mean, because if anything, you're going to say law enforcement is the army, and then who are they fighting? A bunch of blue-haired, nose ring wearing, short-haired, blonde, white women? Is that who they're fighting? It just, the problem is there's no set thing of what they're fighting. That's my question to you. All right, Avis, the criminal record here lasts for approximately 30 years as well. Anyway, with a criminal record cannot get a job. It's intentional. So you're saying 30 people per week are getting arrested. Is going on their record for 30 years and they can't get a job. That is ridiculous. Yeah. Stuart, I've been watching them all. I'm still waiting on the video interview with Jennifer Aniston. Thanks for watching, Stuart. Yeah, Jennifer won't call me back. I don't know. I was outside of her house the other day. She, I got the dog came at me. I don't know. Anyway, no. We have states defying federal authority. Okay. That's. So Howard, you're on to something then. We have states defying federal authority. Yeah, but even if you look at the states, look at the number of voters. I mean, it's pretty, even if it's 55-49 or whatever, votes. It's not a whole state. Yeah, I would say this, Howard. If you could get everybody to be like, all right, guys, everybody's moving. You're either going here, you're going there. Where do you want to go? And almost I'm wondering if abortion is a big deal because they're talking about you can't have an abortion if you live in, like, say, a state like Tennessee. You can't live here and then go up to some other state, this neighboring state. You can't bring a minor to get an abortion. So therefore, you, like, if you want an abortion, you'd have to move to a different state. Well, if we all up and said, hey, that's the reason we're moving, let's all move, and everybody moved to their respective state with the way that they wanted to believe in, then we'd have the Civil War, because it would be like, all right, everybody who's right wing, move out of California, cool, move to Texas. Everyone who's left wing that lives in Texas, get the hell out of Texas and move back to California. And good luck with that. And we would see a lot of shifts. So that I could believe being a problem. But I mean, and just the fact that President Trump won the popular vote, I just don't know. I mean, like Howard, I want to go with it, but I just don't see it. Anyway, that's a whole thing to talk about. So Avis has a nose ring. All right. Well, maybe a nose ring in England's a little bit better. Okay. Aaron Partner, welcome back to the chat. It's good to see you. We got Greenland. We did. Isn't that crazy? Yeah. 30 week per week is the recorded amount. It's definitely more. Wow. Damn, that's crazy. She is not left leaning. Yeah, I got that. Yeah. So I take back the nose ring thing. Sorry. Hey, Rick, Kid Rock, I hope your mom does well. I hope she does okay. That sucks. I know you're a little younger, so I think you said you were 14 or something. But all right, can we talk about how horrific okay, Ravis. We talk about how horrific an abortion is. I witnessed my friend go through one. She took a positive test and took the Insta-Kill pill. People don't tell you what it does to your uterus. Yeah. Yeah. You know, I don't know if I want to talk about it, to be honest with you. Because I agree with you 100%. I'm with you. I just don't know if I want to talk about it overall. Daily Riot, that's already happened. You're talking about people moving from states. Anyway, so yeah. Anyway. All right, I've now reached the end of my whiskey glass. All right, so anyway, it's been a good chat. I've been enjoying this, guys. If you guys don't mind, please like and subscribe. I'm probably going to kick off because when I run out of liquor, it's kind of the end. And I just want to say thank you guys. I did hit 2,000 views, which I know for people, some of the other guys that are on here, the 2,000 watch hours is nothing. But I'm going to celebrate every win I can get. If you guys don't mind, like and subscribe. Could have fed a family. Avis, you make sure you like and subscribe. I think I want to continue having conversations with you, and that would be fantastic because it's just a matter of getting this out. But again, I'm really just on here tonight just to have fun and just kind of talk about a few things, and we did that, and I'm good, and I learned a bunch of stuff as well. But yeah, it's happening naturally. Yeah, exactly. So, Ryan, we'll get together. We'll figure that out. I still got questions about OBS. I still want to figure that out. Yeah, anyway, you got my number and my email. Reach out to me. And if you can do a tutorial and let me know how you do stuff, that'd be great. Because I'm watching. You missed it earlier, but I was talking about how horrible I hate OBS. And I know that's what you live on. So, anyway, guys, I'm gonna jump off. You're an example. You left to a more yeah, that's very true. That is very true. I did. I moved from California to Tennessee in 2020 during the COVID lockdowns because I knew that was just a ridiculous thing to do it. So thanks, Howard Clegg. I appreciate it. And thanks for commenting, Howard. You guys understand how the algorithm works? Like, even if you just comment a little bit, just put it on there. And then even if you just put like a period or something, I'll know you're there. That helps the algorithm. It sends it out to more. So good and evil travel on parallel tracks. Pick one. Good day, sir. Try not for. Thank you for not cursing at me. Stuart, I good. That's an inside joke. Anyway, all right, yeah, guys. Have a good night, you guys. You guys take care. I appreciate it. God bless y'all. Good conversation. Avis, I appreciate you from England. You stay safe out there. We'll